All right, guys, welcome back to Cold Pizza Watch Reviews. Today, I'm talking about, are you searching for watches on Jomashop completely wrong? Now, what I mean by that is, are you just going on there, picking a couple brands and scrolling through thousands and thousands of watches? Well, that's what I used to do, but I've kind of streamlined my search process, and it's actually uncovering watches that I normally would have not looked for. So, brief disclosure, Jomashop does not sponsor me. They're not sponsoring this video. They give me nothing for this. I actually did a video about a year ago on Jomashop and are they a legit website? I'll actually post a link to that video at the end of this one, but I want to let you know that they're no sponsor of mine. I just love their website and I buy a lot of my watches there. Now, in the past, like I was saying, I used to just plug in multiple brands and just scroll for hours and hours trying to find a watch that I might like. I'm going to share with you the way that I search Jomashop today. Hopefully this will help you out. So we're going to go to the Jomashop home screen here and we're going to click Watches. Now, the first thing I do is I'm going to put in my budget. So I'm going to put in a minimum of $900. Let's do our maximum of $3,000. We're going to hit apply. So next we're going to do item condition. I leave that alone because I do want to see new and pre-owned. Brand. Now this is where you can shoot yourself in the foot. Leave brand alone. I want to see everything that's out there. Next, gender. I pick men's and unisex because a lot of times the 38 and 36 millimeter watches will get mixed into the unisex category. Now next is category. I leave that alone because I'm going to already get the watches that I'm asking for based on my criteria, so don't click anything under category. Color, leave it alone. Even though black's your favorite color or you want a beige watch, leave it alone. Next is watch style. Again, don't mess with this because I don't want the website to tell me what's a sport watch or what's a casual watch versus a dress watch. I want to make that determination, so I leave watch style alone and I don't click anything. Next is movement. I'm going to pick automatic and hand wound because I like mechanical watches. Watch features. Now we're going to come back to this, but don't click anything on watch features yet. Leave that blank. Case shape. Again, I don't want the website to tell me what's oval and what's octagon. I'll make that determination. I may like an octagon watch and I didn't know it, so don't check any of those. Leave case shape alone. Band type, leave it alone because I might like a strap or a certain bracelet. Then you get type. You don't need to mess with it because I've already picked mechanical, so I'm not going to mess with the watch type. Then lastly is case size. This is important to me. Now I typically pick 35 to 40 millimeter. You can pick two different options if you want. You can do 35 to 40 and then you could pick 40 to 45. But for me, I'm doing 35 to 40 millimeter. So now this has returned 1,048 different options. The next thing I do is I go over here and I click the sort and I go to low to high. So let's see what we got in our search. Now a lot of these pretty typical. We got Rado, we got Mito, Young Hands, Longines, a lot of Rado, Longines, pretty typical stuff. You know, a lot of nice watches here, but nothing out of the ordinary. You got Mito. That Baltic is nice. That's something I probably would not have picked in the beginning. More Rado. There's a Gucci. Forget about that. Longines. Rado, Longines. Gerville. Gerville would have been one that I would not have plugged in, but not a big Gerville guy. Seiko Prospect. The Alpinist is nice. Let's go to this page 2. Got more Gerville, Longines, Rado, Gerville. Now this is exactly what I'm talking about. Paul Picot. I would have never picked this brand. Let's look at this. This is a Telemark chronograph automatic for $1,150. Not on my radar. I'm not really a Paul Picot fan. I don't really know their watches. But what I like is, here's something that I'm interested in. Now, what's this case size? 36 millimeter. You got a 36 millimeter chronograph that I didn't even know existed. Let's look at these specs. You're getting a Value 7750. So the case in point, look at this. You got a 36 millimeter chronograph with a Value 7750. $1,150. I would have never searched this company up. But by doing this, they popped up on my radar, and this is a really interesting watch. Not a bad price for a chronograph. So this is exactly what I'm saying, why I don't like to go brand specific when I'm searching Jomashop. Let's go on down. Some more Rado. That's a cool green dial Rado. Cherville. So got some Oris. Longines. Here's another one, Ball. This Ball, I don't think I've ever searched out Ball watches. This is a Trainmaster automatic. This is an interesting looking watch. It's a GMT, 38 millimeters, so that's right in my sweet spot. So a Ball GMT, 38 millimeter, I would have never gone searching for a Ball GMT if I didn't let Jomashop just populate this based on this search criteria. So that's pretty interesting. So let's do something here. Let's go to features. I told you we'd get back to features. Let's add GMT. GMTs are hot right now. So we plugged in GMT and we got 20 results. We're still within our budget. Men's, unisex, automatic, hand wound, 35 to 40 millimeters, GMTs, Baltic, which we saw earlier. I like that. You know, Seiko. Here's two of the Ball Trainmasters that have popped up. Then you've got a Tudor, and then everything else is out of stock. But that just goes to show you how you can fine-tune your results and also get some brands that you weren't intentionally looking at. So let's drop out GMT. Let's drop out automatic. Let's just see, let's say I want a hand wound watch. Let's just go hand wound. Within our category, we've got 15 results. Nomos, Baltic, Matthew Tissot. That's a weird Matthew Tissot hand wound chronograph. That's interesting. I would have never plugged in Matthew Tissot. It's not a Tissot, it's a completely different brand, but here you have a hand wound 38 millimeter chronograph. It's using a Sellita SW510. Very interesting. Now that's $1,395, but I didn't even know this watch existed. Really cool. That's different. And to get a hand wound chronograph, that's not a bad price. What else do we have here back on the hand wound? The Baltic. Look at these Baltics. The tri-compacts. Now that's neat. Now that's $1,750. 39 millimeter. I can do that. Let's see if they list their movement. Don't see the movement in there. They're probably using the Sellita as well. But wow, look at that. I would not have thought about that. Baltic being a hand-wound chronograph. Nomos. Now this Carl Bucher. I would not have plugged him in. This is hand-wound 1,790. This would have been one that I would have never thought to look at. That looks like a ETA 7001 hand-wound movement. Nice looking watch. I don't know, 1,790, but beautiful watch. A brand I would have not plugged in. They've got a few other ones here. These Baltics, though, now those are interesting to me. And again, I would have not picked them if I was looking at hand-wound watches, because I really would not have thought that anybody was still putting out a hand-wound chronograph other than like a cheap Seagull 1963. So this just goes to show you that don't limit your search to particular brands. What I recommend, start with your price, put in your price budget. Next, go to your gender, then your movement and case size. don't get wrapped up in all the features, because if you start picking moon phase, GMT, and a lot of detailed options, you weed out a lot of things that are on Jomashop. I just wanted to share that with you. That's how I've been searching Jomashop lately. Guys, let me know what you think about it. Have you bought any watches from Jomashop? Talk about it in the comments below. And as always, I appreciate you tuning in to Cold Pizza Watch Reviews.